So it's Jack here from Worrywart Australia, a corporate EA of over 20 years and recently a leader of 15 executive assistants. And I have written a book called Worrywart's Guide to Self-Mastery. And I speak to you today on the topic of self-leadership. And that comes under self-mastery. So it's how I have come to learn to live with worry, fear, and anxiety, and how I've mastered that, how I have accepted it as part of who I am. However, I've not made it completely who I am. It's shaped my life, and I've learnt to now master a few of the fixed mindset qualities that come with being a worrywart. And I just am curious, actually, how many of you are resonating with this or thinking to yourself, yes, I'm an EA, or yes, I am a worrywart. A big hello from my heart to yours. So I wanted to touch base with you, and this presentation isn't going to be too long. It's going to be short, sharp, and concise, and hopefully a little bit interactive for you. So grab a pen and paper and write some notes. But I do want to leave you guessing so that you do jump onto my website or jump on and have a look at purchasing a copy of my book. A couple of EAs who have purchased the book have said that, Jack, it's like you've read my thoughts, or it's like you're in my head. I come to you from a place of radical honesty, and I speak my authentic truth, because I understand that we are all unique and we bring certain aspects of ourselves to the world. And I am learning to let myself shine and grow into that part of me. So I want to talk to you about a time when I was in fixed mindset, which is the opposite to growth mindset, which is where you probably want to be, which is more of a positive place. So when I was in very fixed mindset, and I wasn't leading myself very well, I was, I'll paint you a little picture. So there's a few things that would stress me out, and I always took on a lot to the detriment of my family. I always overachieved, was a perfectionist, and always took on more, and I struggled with boundaries. And then to relax of a night time, obviously, you know, you come home and you've got a family and kids and a little bit more work to do, and you'd settle your nerves with some wine and scroll through Facebook, comparing yourself to others and wondering what everyone else is doing. And really all it did was generate this cycle of low vibrational, unconscious, negative thinking. And then once you get into that cycle, it's very hard to lift yourself out. So I did that I lifted myself out by engaging a coach. Her name is Katrina Friel from Refresh Your Thinking, and I invested some money and I started to coach with her, and she started to unravel all of these things about me, and in a self-leadership course that I did with her over a couple of days in a series of one-on-one sessions that led me to writing the book. And I found the book quite therapeutic in terms of talking about my unconscious thoughts, bringing them to life, putting them into some sort of logical order, listing them out, and then producing them into a book that resonates with a lot of EAs through the world. And not only EAs, but anyone of any profession who, you know, tends to worry or finds that they're quite sensitive and they get stressed out quite easily. So on the topic of self-leadership, I want to touch on the self. So it's really important to know through your heart connection, because it's very easy to stay stuck in your thoughts and your mind. So it's really important to connect with your breath. And I want everyone to have a big, deep breath now. connecting with your breath and connecting in with your heart and your intuition, which is in your stomach as well. You can feel knots sometimes in the tummy if you're feeling uncertain about things, or your intuition will guide you by giving you your body symptoms. So once you connect with your heart and understand what your purpose is, then you can lead yourself by being agile and flexible, not stuck in any sort of fixed mindset or thinking, looking after your health and well-being. So that encompasses mindset and physical health, and a couple of ways, and feel free to drop some comments in the chat around how, and I'm curious, how do you look after your mindset, or how do you look after your physical health? So obviously physical health are things like, I go to the gym of a morning and I do weights or a HIIT session or some cardio, and I also balance it out less often than the weights by doing a Pilates or a yoga session and going for a walk, or just really being mindful of my physical health, watching what I'm eating and trying to get some health and vegetables in and some fruit. And also part of my gym routine is about building strength and muscle and making sure that I'm looking after my body for the future. And then with your mindset, it's really important to take regular breaks, understand when you are feeling stressed, to drop back into your breath, and perhaps meditation, or going for a walk with your dog, or just reconnecting back into you. And the other part of self-leadership is around, I've spoken about agility and flexibility and health and well-being, is curiosity. So it's around not getting too stuck in your problems or your way of thinking, and opening up, asking questions. Could I have done this a little bit better? What are your thoughts? How would you have done it if you know somebody who has experience in that area of your problem, or somebody who's wiser, who might understand and have been there, done that sort of thing with you. So once and there's about 15 or 16 different self-leadership topics in my book, ranging from communication to another one of my favorites is initiative as well. So a lot of EAs are, take initiative in their work, and successful people are doers. They are goal-orientated and action-orientated. They are very conscious about how they use their time and are appalled when time is wasted. So, and that goes back to purpose. Once you know your purpose, you'll get very frustrated when people are wasting your time, because you're very busy on a mission and making sure that your message is delivered to the world. So once you've mastered that aspect of self-leadership, which is really about mastering the things that you can control. And there's a lot of things that we can't control. The only thing we can control is ourselves. That includes boundaries. And I watch some of my junior team members at work who are so eager and so curious that they take on a lot, and they take on things outside of their scope of service. And sometimes that comes at the detriment of their well-being, and they get stressed because there's already enough workload on their plate as well. So once you've identified who you are and managed yourself, then you wonder, okay, how do I fit within the team? So that aspect is knowing where you belong, knowing your place in the team, and also how inspiring you are. So are you motivating others? Are you driving others to be better, do better, and live their best self? And that just helps you grow into, the bigger outcome of what what is my outcome? What am I delivering? And be it the company that you work for, might be a major tech company or a health provider or a consulting firm or an insurance firm or a banking firm, what little role do I play in the company, whether that's organizing a meeting or leading how my personal brand is when I'm speaking to the catering department, or my personal brand when I'm speaking to the mail lady, or and then what result does that have or on your person that you're working for is then delivery to the client, and it could be in the format of a document or a meeting. Never underestimate how important your role is as an EA. And I want to steer you away from worry, away from that fixed mindset, remove all of those boundaries and those obstacles and all of those little limiting beliefs and things that you say to yourself, I'm never going to be like this, or I'm never going to be good at this. All of that negative self-chatter and that negative self-talk, and remove all of those obstacles so that you can come out the other side living your best self, having confidence to go for what you want, and having that flexible, agile, curious mindset that's open, transformative. You're transforming your life, and you're transforming the lives of those in your team, the clients that you're working for, and ultimately making a difference. So I really hope that I've enlightened you a little bit today.